Support at its very fundamental concept.
Correct.
Is what I'm hearing.
And I think it's priceless.
Honestly. So support is priceless in any.
And we're labeling it as a mentor program because, you know, everybody needs somebody that, you know, they can look up to or get advice from. They don't have to take the advice all the time.
Right.
A lot of it is, you know, you get advice from 10 different people that are smarter than you in, you know, if I want to go start a company in, let's say, a car dealership. You know, one of my buddies owns a car dealership. I'm gonna go to him and I'm gonna sit down, hey, how do I do a car dealership? I'm not gonna go to somebody else that doesn't know anything about it, or I'm not just gonna be like, I can do it myself.
Right.
The best thing, if you wanna work smarter than harder, the best thing is to learn from people that know more than you.
So that's how
That's how I've lived a lot of my life.
You've commissioned the help of professionals.
Yeah, why not? I mean, if you're gonna go through college or high school or anything, if you don't have a teacher teaching you, you think you're really gonna learn?
Right.
Just by looking at a book?
Right.
It's gonna be a lot harder.
So, even though you have a lot of support, this is a very, let's say, dark area to take on. How are you taking care of yourself?
I have a very good core group of people in Hollywood. Okay. For instance, Harlan, I brought up Sengo, owns Got Toyota. I go hang out with him and his family. They kind of adopted me in Southern California, and you know, his wife Madeline Giddens, she's just unbelievable. And so I go hang out with them on the weeks. They take me out. We go on walks. We do a lot of stuff together down here.
Yeah, I was just concerned that you're getting support for
your...
your...
No, totally. My buddy Pete, you know, my business manager. I got some really good friends. My buddy Bo, Michael Mooney, you know, that have really supported me. And at the end of the day, when these kids, we had one kid that emailed us at midnight. And they said, I'm gonna commit suicide tonight. Thanks for all your help. And I'm just like, I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay. Like, what do you do? So we got him hooked up with, you know,
what did you do?
With a local suicide prevention line, and he just needed to talk to somebody. And that's what it comes down to.
I understand.
So I had a kid in the gym. This gym, I'm not going to mention which gym, but there was this gym, and he comes up to me, and it's the first kind of kid that has been like, I need to talk to you, I got something on my mind. And I go, okay, we were training, and he keeps talking to me, he goes, can I tell you about my friend, I yelled at her today? And I go, and right when because I'm telling all these parents to listen to their kids. So right when he said that, I'm like, no problem. I sat down with him, I started talking to him. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? How's your school? He goes, well, I went up to my best friend, I yelled at her, you know, I'm just having problems, you know. I go, did you apologize after? He goes, yes, I did. I go, okay. I go, so how's your family life? And he goes, it's good. Okay. And I wasn't like, it has to be bad. And so then he said, and at this point, the same day this happened, I filmed the PSA, and I talked about, you know, growing up and everything else. So at this point, I was just like, ugh. So then he said something about my therapist. I go, tell me more about that. And I was just open. Like I wasn't judging him. I wasn't doing anything. I wanted to be supportive.
Or going into areas that you're not qualified, but it's a good question. What's going on?
Yeah. So I said, what's going on? Tell me about it. And he wanted to talk. So that's why, you know. So I was just sitting there talking, and he said, you know, a couple of years ago this happened to me, and da-da-da. Well, it was family related. And, you know, his parents, you know, from what he said, are great parents. But, you know, he had some deaths in his family. You know, some different things happened. His dad had a heart attack. You know, can't, you know, go to the gym or play with him as much anymore. And the therapists don't get him. The principals don't get him. They think he's a troubled kid. Not every kid that gets in a fight's a bad kid.
Right.
What they're doing, what our system is set up at, and same with principals and counselors in school, is you got in a fight, you're a bad kid, you're suspended, or you're expelled, or whatever else. That's how our system's set up. Because our system needs to rethink, and we need to build each other, it needs to be, if you got in a fight, why'd you do it? What's the deal?
Right.
Do you need to fight to prove yourself? Do you want to be in a sport? Do you want to do something else? Now, if it happens multiple times, I can see that. But if it just happens once or something else, it's like being arrested. You know, everybody that's being arrested is getting arrested multiple times for a reason. Like they're lacking something. They need a job. They don't have any idea what they want to do.